Hello friends, welcome back to the Ancillary Physics Electricity and Electronics course. So in today's lecture, we are going to discuss parallel LCR circuit. Come on. So parallel LCR circuit. There is a small difference between series and parallel LCR circuit. In series LCR circuit, the components capacitor, inductor and resistor both will be connected in series. Whereas in parallel LCR circuit, the component capacitor is connected in parallel with the series combination of inductor and resistor, and this setup is connected in series with an AC source, right? So the circuit is, there is an inductor and resistor which are connected in series. Inductor is denoted by R, inductor is denoted by L, resistor is denoted by R. A capacitor which is connected parallel to this series combination of inductor and resistor, right? So this is parallel LCR circuit, and this circuit is connected to an AC source. This is AC source, and we denote this AC source as E, which we can express E naught e power j omega t, right? Here the applied voltage is sinusoidal, it's a sine wave, so it's sinusoidal, and which we can represent as E equal to E naught e power j omega t. Then we can use the concept of complex impedance. The complex impedance, actually the resistor has only real impedance, right? Whereas we can write the complex impedance for inductor and capacitor. We can write the complex impedance of inductor as J L omega, as complex impedance of inductor, and impedance, complex impedance of inductance L, impedance of capacitor C, complex impedance of capacitor C, that we can write J by C omega. We have to use this two complex impedances for this parallel LCR circuit, so that now for this branch, L branch consisting of an inductor and resistor, so that we can write complex impedance of L branch is, we can say, Z1, that is equal to the resistance of the resistor plus the complex impedance of inductor. Similarly, the complex impedance of C branch or capacitor, complex impedance of C branch, that is for this component, we can write Z2 that is equal to J divided by C omega. Now this Z1 and Z2 are parallel because the series combination of L and R is parallel with the capacitor C. So Z1 and Z2 are in parallel, so that we can write the net impedance as 1 by Z, which is equal to 1 by Z1 plus 1 by Z2. So we can write 1 by R plus JLW, 1 by R plus JLW plus 1 by J by so this is minus actually, okay, here also this is minus, and this you can write, right, this we can write 1 by J C omega, 1 by J C omega. How? We can multiply J on both sides. So J into J square equal to minus, so minus minus plus, there is a denominator J, right? So that we can write this as 1 over, so here it is Z2 equal to 1 by J C omega, earlier we have this minus here, fine. So now 1 divided by 1 by J C omega, so that this becomes 1 by R plus J L omega plus this will go up, so J C omega. Now let's multiply this term with JL omega. Let us multiply its complex conjugate in numerator and denominator, so that we can multiply this with minus, R minus JL omega divided by R minus JL omega plus JC omega. Now numerator becomes R minus JL omega divided by A plus B multiplied by A minus B, so that it is A square plus B square, so that R square, A plus B multiplied by A minus B, which is equal to A square minus B square. In B square, what is that? J square L square omega square will come, and J square equal to minus 1, and that minus and this minus will cancel out, so that it becomes R square plus L square omega square, right? And let me write it for your clarity. A square plus B square, A plus B multiplied by A minus B, which is equal to A square minus B square. A plus B is R plus JL omega multiplied by R minus JL omega, which is equal to R square minus J square L square omega square, R square minus J square becomes minus 1, L square omega square, so that this becomes R square plus L square omega square, right? So here this becomes R square plus L square omega square plus J C omega. Or we can write R by R square plus L square omega square minus JLM omega divided by R square plus L square omega square plus JC omega. Now again we can rewrite this as R by R square plus L square omega square. Here the J is common in both these terms, this term and this term. So you can take J as common. Let us take plus J out. So that what is remaining? C omega minus L omega by R square plus L square omega square will be remaining. Okay, this is nothing but 1 by Z. This term is 1 by Z. And Z, that is called impedance. We have defined impedance as the ratio of the applied EMF to the current produced. Right? The impedance is the ratio of the EMF applied to the current produced. So that this becomes E by I. And if you rewrite this equation for I, then you can write E into 1 by Z. So we can write the expression for current through this circuit, that is the expression for current through this parallel LCR circuit as that you can write E times this term. 1 by Ez is nothing but R by R square plus L square omega square plus J multiplied by I omega C omega minus L omega by R square plus L square omega square. Okay, then you can write R by R square plus L square omega square plus J C omega minus L omega by R square plus L square omega square. So this we can write as equation number, this is equation number 3, 1, 2, and this is 3, this is equation 4, and this is we can write equation number 5. Move forward. Now, from this expression, let us recall e power I theta, which is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta, right? Keeping this trigonometrical relation in mind, let's write let A cos pi, which is equal to this term R by R square plus L square omega square, R by R square plus L square omega square, and A sin pi, which is equal to this term C omega minus L omega by R square plus L square omega square, C omega minus L omega divided by R square plus L square omega square. So that if you apply this, let this as equation number 6, applying this considerations from equation number 6 to equation number 5, equation number 5 becomes E times A cos pi plus a plus j sin pi. Okay, but what is e? E is equal to e naught e power j omega t, right? So this we can write e naught e power j omega t, and this you can write a cos phi, that you can write e power I pi. Here this is j, so that e power j pi. And the product of exponentials, the powers of the product of exponentials can be added, right? So that you can write e naught into e power j omega t plus pi, right? And the a is missed here. There is an a, right? Cos theta, cos pi plus j sin pi, that is e power j omega pi, and a, there is an extra that you have to include here, so that it becomes e naught a e power j omega t plus pi. This is equal to I. This is equation number 7. In this expression, we have to calculate what is pi and what is a. We have to find the expression for pi and find the expression for a. That we can able to calculate from this assumption, a cos pi plus and a sin pi, right? So if we divide these two, right? If we divide a sin pi and a cos pi, if you divide a cos pi from a sin pi, then we will get tan pi. From that we can get what is the expression for pi. And if you want to get the expression for a, right, what we have to do? You square this term and you square this term. If you add both these terms, a square cos square pi plus a square sin square pi, you can take a square common, so sin square pi plus cos square pi, which is equal to 1, so that we will get an expression for a square. From that, if you take square root, we will get the expression for a. Okay, that's what we are going to do now. For that is calculation of pi. How to calculate pi? Let's take a sin pi and divide a cos pi from a sin pi. Okay, this is equal to c omega minus l omega divided by r square plus l square omega square divided by r divided by r square plus l square omega square. Okay, so then what will happen? A will cancel, sin by cos term, and we can write this becomes tan pi. Let's keep the pi left side, bring the tan right side, it becomes tan inverse. So tan inverse of the entire term, c omega minus l omega by r square plus l square omega square divided by r by r square plus l square omega square. So this is equation 8. This is equation 8. Now we have to calculate what is a. Calculation of a. Let me try to do it in the remaining space. Calculation of a. Square this term and this term, then add these two square terms. So a square sin square pi plus a square cos square pi, that is equal to this side c omega minus l omega by r square plus l square omega square the whole square plus r by r square plus L square omega square the whole square. Okay, what will happen? Sin square plus cos square, sin square pi plus cos square pi equal to 1, so that left hand side becomes a square, right hand side, and if you want a, you have to put square root, right? So now let it be a square, this side c omega minus L omega by r square plus L square omega square the whole square plus r by r square plus L square omega square the whole square. Now if you want a, then you have to take square root. You have to take square root. So this is what a. So in this expression, we have calculated the expression for current in parallel LC circuit, where there are two constants, arbitrary constant pi and a. We have calculated those terms. Fine. Now let's calculate the admittance. Right? Admittance is nothing but the reciprocal of impedance. Right? So let us calculate the admittance of this circuit. Admittance, that you can write y, which is nothing but reciprocal of impedance. Okay. Now, see, before going into proceed, let x is equal to a plus ib. Let x is equal to a plus ib. Then, if we write mod of x, what you will get? Square root of a square plus b square. Square root of a square plus b square. Here, in the place of x, we are having the expression for 1 by z. What is 1 by z? 1 by z is equal to r by r square plus L square omega square plus j multiplied by c omega minus L omega by r square plus L square omega square. Here, this term is a, this term is b. A plus jb. So if you take the mod of 1 by z, here this term square and this term square will be taken and its square root should be taken. Right? Let's do that. If you want to write the mod of 1 by z, which is equal to y, that is equal to, what is that? A square, that is r square by r square plus L square omega square, the whole square, plus this term c omega minus L omega by r square plus L square omega square, the whole square, and we have to take the square root of it. Okay. Now let's take r square plus L square omega square from this square root. Okay, we can separate it out. So let's write 1 over r square plus L square omega square let's take out left term, we can take it out. What's remaining? Multiplied by here r square. Let's bring this common square as common. So r square plus c omega multiplied by r square plus l square omega square. Why? Why here r square l square omega square is multiplied with c omega? Because if you want to take this denominator r square plus l square omega square as common out, all the terms should have this, but in c omega it doesn't have. So you have to multiply c omega with r square plus c omega with r square plus l square omega square at numerator and denominator. You can take all denominator common out. So numerator it will have c omega multiplied by r square plus l square omega square. Okay, minus l omega, right? Minus l omega the whole square, minus l omega the whole square, right? So likewise, so this extends, this square root extends. Just we are taking this denominator as common out. And then you see square of square root. So square and square root will cancel out. So what will be remaining? R square plus L square omega square will now comes out from the square root. And the remaining will be this R square plus R square C omega plus C L square omega cube, there is an omega here, omega cube minus L omega the whole square. Okay. So this is nothing but admittance. Okay. This is nothing but their admittance. Or you can simply write y, here also you can cancel out the square and square root. We can write r square plus r square c omega plus c L square omega cube minus L omega divided by r square plus L square omega square. Okay. So this is the simplified version for admittance. This you can write. So what is the equation number? 4. Fine. Okay. And let it be. Y is equal to r square plus r square c omega plus c L square omega cube minus L omega by r square plus L square omega square. Okay. In this term y will be minimum if this numerator will be minimum or equal to 0. Minimum or equal to 0. Right? So y will be minimum when r square plus r square c omega plus c L square omega cube minus L omega which is equal to 0. Okay. Then how can write and sorry, r cannot be 0, r square cannot be 0 So when these terms r square c omega plus c l square omega cube minus l omega, when these three terms is minimum, because we cannot make it r square 0. If r square is 0, then r also becomes 0. If r is becomes 0, then this component will be vanished from this sector. So that case is not possible. So if you want to y, that is admittance will be minimum only when these terms, these three terms should be equal to 0. Not the entire numerator, only the terms except r square. Fine. In this case, omega is common in all. So let's take out. So r square c plus c l square omega square minus l, which is equal to 0. Right? In this, omega cannot be 0. That is the frequency of applied AC source cannot be 0. So that this term can be 0. So that now r square c plus c l square omega square minus l will be equal to 0. In this we can take c common out. So r square plus l square omega square minus l by c, which is equal to 0. Why l by c? Because in this there is no l. There is no c. If you want to see as common out, you have to multiply and divide with the c. So here the multiplied c comes common out and the divided c is here. So in this, capacitor cannot be 0, right? If capacitor is 0, then this parallel LCR circuit may not be valid 1. So what could be 0? So that r square plus l square omega square minus l by c could be equal to 0. Okay, right? Now this we can rewrite. How we can rewrite? We can rewrite l square omega square, that is equal to, you keep l square omega square in the left side, you bring r square and minus l by c to the right side, so that it becomes l by c minus r square. L by c minus r square, and if you want omega square, we can write l by l square c minus r square by l square. So l, it will cancel. So omega square equal to 1 by lc minus r square by l square, or we can write omega equal to 1 by lc minus r square by l square square root. And this is the case. Suppose if you want to make y minimum, you have to make this r also. You can make it possibly minimum, but you cannot nullify it. If you want to make it possibly minimum, let's take this r will be very smaller when compared to l. In that case, if r is very small, then r square by l square becomes 0. R square by l square is equivalent to 0, almost 0, so that it becomes omega is equal to square root of one by lc. Omega becomes square root of 1 by lc. Omega is the expression for angular frequency, and if you make it as linear frequency, omega equal to 2 pi nu. So if you want to write in terms of nu, you can write what you can write 2 pi nu is equal to this term, or you can write nu equal to 1 by 2 pi square root of 1 by lc, right? Square root of 1 by lc. Fine, right? In this, at minimum admittance, where when nu equal to nu naught, right? At nu equal to nu naught, the circuit will exhibit maximum impedance, right? Because what is implies that, and y will be minimum, impedance will be reciprocal of, the reciprocal of impedance is admittance. So if y is minimum, then impedance will be maximum. Impedance will be maximum means the current through the circuit will be minimum. The current through the circuit will be minimum. So it at nu equal to nu naught, that is at resonance. This is called resonance frequency. This is called resonant frequency. The circuit will exhibit maximum impedance, so that minimum current, it will exhibit minimum current I. Okay, so that if we draw the diagram, for applied frequency versus current, right, it will show a graph like this, where this point is nu naught, right? So the resonance curve looks like an inverted Gaussian curve when compared with the series LCR circuit. Okay, and generally what it implies that this frequency has minimum response, right? This frequency has minimum response in parallel at natural frequency, at resonance frequency, right? At resonance frequency, that frequency nu naught has minimum current in this circuit, which means when compared with other currents, the current corresponding to the resonance frequency is filtered out. It is rejected by the circuit. That's why it is called rejector circuit or filter circuit. So filter circuit. So the parallel resonance circuits were used to filter out or to reject some frequency of current in a current which are having multiple frequencies, right? So this is what the parallel LCR circuit and its mathematics. Okay, so with that, let us stop now. We will resume back in the next lecture. Thank you.